RJ Barrett off the great freshman year at Duke. Earlier this week on the 150 Monday, we talked to Barrett's high school coach Kevin Boyle, who coached Barrett at Montverde High School.
Well, I think RJ will be a terrific pro, and I say that just based on the experience. I've had the good fortune of the last 30 years of being in high school and having a lot of good players that I was able to coach and seeing them develop. And our teams have often been ranked very high in the top 1, 2, 3 nationally. So we're playing against the best high school players every year. You know, I had Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and Kyrie Irving, Joel Embiid for a year, Ben Simmons for 3, D'Angelo Russell for 3, and obviously Kyrie and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. So we've had 5 other guys picked 1, 2, or 3 in the draft. And, 4 of the 5 we had for at least 3 years in high school. And RJ's right up there with all of them, and all of them have had very, very good success in the NBA.
Barrett's high school coach Kevin Boyle. Bill, along with Alan. Now let's bring in the coach at the University of Pittsburgh, Jeff Capel. Jeff, when he was at the university, when he was at Duke University, helped recruit RJ Barrett. Coach, thanks so much for your time. Your impressions of RJ Barrett during the recruiting process, and how do you think things are going to evolve for him now as he goes to the NBA?
Well, I think he's going to be a great pro. I think he's been trained from an early age to be a pro. His family, amazing family. His dad has done an amazing job of teaching RJ the game, teaching him how to work, to conduct and act like a pro. I think his game is tailor-made for the NBA game. It's more open. I think you'll see a little bit more of his creativity, his ability to impact the game in multiple ways. The other thing is that I think the kid is he's a winner and he's a competitor. That was the thing as we went through the recruiting process of looking at RJ and recruiting him and then getting to know him. He's one of those guys that's wired differently. He has this competitive streak that you just can't teach. And the thing that I loved about him and love about him is that he's always won. He's used to winning, and he has impact on winning, whether it was at Montverde, representing Canada in international competition, and then what he was able to do at Duke this year. If you look at his numbers at Duke, I know that everyone talks about Zion, as they should, but he had numbers that no one has really done in the ACC, and he did it as a freshman. And he did it at times, kept them afloat when Zion was out and missed games. So he's a great kid, an amazing, amazing competitor, a relentless worker, and I think he's going to continue to get better and better.
And yet you bring up Zion, and I think, do you wonder, I'll ask you instead of what I think, is if he wasn't teammates with Zion, would we be looking at him differently because of the comparison? They're on the same court every game. Zion jumps off the page athletically. And so RJ, we almost are looking at him unfairly because of the comparison, because they're side by side every night.
Yeah, I think they're both great players. And certainly I don't think whoever drafts either one of them, I don't think they can go wrong. And I think each franchise will be incredibly happy. I think it's a testament to RJ that he was able to maintain a level of consistency and being consistently really, really good when all the attention was not on him. I think it's a great example of continuing to go out and to play your game and to be really good, to be really elite, and to stuff a stat sheet with a guy like that. Some guys, would have become jealous. Especially because RJ's used to being the absolute best player. Like, it's not like he's a kid from the United States and you play on some of these U.S. teams, and there may be a guy like Zion or like some of these other guys that you can make an argument, well, this guy's the best player. In Canada, on the teams that he was on in Canada, there was no argument. He was the best player. At Montverde, he was the best player. Now, when he was younger, he had to work his way up to that. But by the time he was, heck, he was a junior last year, in high school, he was still the best player. So I think it's a testament to him that he was able to go in and to adapt. I think it shows that he can play and be really good with other great players like he had with Zion.
Now, a lot of people think this is a three-player draft. So obviously RJ fits in those three players people are talking about. But there is a name that is getting a lot of attention that not a lot of people know about because we haven't seen him play in the college game, and that's Darius Garland. You being the recruiter at Duke a couple of years ago, I'm sure you probably saw him play enough to tell us what is he, because we haven't seen him, and what can he be at the NBA level?
Yeah, you know, when he's healthy, he's an elite level guard at the NBA level. You know, he was a kid that we looked at when I was an assistant at Duke and loved him. Loved his playmaking ability, loved his shot making ability, his creativity. I saw him right before his freshman year at Vanderbilt, and I was shocked at how much bigger he was. He had grown, but physically he had matured. His injury was not a major injury, so it's not something that he can't recover from. You know, you're looking at a guy that's an elite level guard. He can create for himself. I mean, he had the ball on a string. He had a flair to his game, but also he can really, really shoot the ball. And so I think you're looking at an elite level. It's a little bit of a mystery because he didn't play this year or he got hurt so quickly. But I think you're looking at an elite level guard that can have an immediate impact on the NBA level.
Coach, tell us about your Pitt team and what you expect going forward.
Yeah, you know, we had a year where we built. You know, this is a rebuild, and I thought we created hope. We created energy. You know, we had some really good wins. We had some really good moments. We were led by three very good freshmen from this past season, Xavier Johnson, who actually broke Charles Smith's freshman scoring record here at Pitt. It was on the all-rookie team with Zion and RJ and Nasir Little and Kobe White, two other guys that will be in the draft. Trey McGowan's and Aldis Toney were the other two that were really good. We're adding a really good recruiting class. You know, so we're building it, and we want to do it the right way. But we're excited about the opportunity. There's energy in the city, energy in the building, and we're hoping to take a major step this year.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the insight on RJ Barrett and Darius Garland, and thanks for the update on your Pitt basketball team as well. For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.